Hello, my name is Olivia Todd, and I will be presenting the U.S. economic market for my group. So the United States operates as a mixed market economy. It has free market elements and government regulations, which makes up the mixed economy. The free market allows for private ownership and competition with other businesses and having innovation. And the government regulation puts in the policies for like trading and labor. So from 2022 up to 2025, our GDP percentage has gone down quite a bit. Currently the GDP is 2.02%. But for example, in 2003, the percentage reached up to 2.94%, but that soon declined. And the foreign direct investment, United States gets quite a bit of foreign direct investment. Right now, it's at $285.1 billion as of 2024, but it had been higher in 2023, but it had gone down till 2025. So the economic freedom and corruption of the United States is ranked as a 26 out of 184 countries for economic freedom, and it has a score of 70.2. It's mostly free. It has some increased regulation, tax burdens, and citizens losing confidence in our government. And that has brought down the U.S. in the recent years from being the top 25 of freest countries down to 26. And most citizens are doing well. There are some concerns with inflation, and younger generation are concerned if they'd be able to afford living on their own in the future. And then corruption in 2024, the United States has a score of 64 out of 100 for their corruption perception index. And that score is from the 0 to 100, with most corrupt being 0 and very clean being 100. And some data found in Transparency International shows that the CPI score had dropped and risen over time in like past couple of years. And then quite a bit far back, the CPI in 2012 was 73 out of 100. And here are my references.
Hi everyone, my name is Erlice and today I will present Mexico. Mexico current economic freedom score stands at 61.3, placing 80 out of 184 countries globally. In the Americas, Mexico holds the 17th spot out of 32 countries, reflecting a position that is competitive but still leaves considerable room for improvement. This ranking shows that Mexico keeps a moderate free economy, outperforming both world and regional average. Despite relative favorable score, Mexico faces substantial institutions challenge that threaten future progress. Violence and instability remain pervasive issues, creating an environment of uncertainty that discourages investment and undermines both social and economic stability. Corruption is entrenched across various levels of government and society, eroding public trust and impeding the effective implementation of policies. Additionally, weak property rights and inadequate enforcement discourage entrepreneurial activity and foreign investments, which are critical for sustained economic growth. The Mexican government has made efforts to start reforms, but this has been slow to materialize. Labor market informality persists, limiting job quality and social protection for workers, which in turn contributes to economic vulnerability. Delays in the enact and enforcement of reforms have reduced the intent impact, allowing structural problems to remain unresolved. Nevertheless, Mexico's moderate free economy and resilience show the potential for future progress, accelerating reforms efforts, especially those targeting labor markets, informality, corruption, and property rights, is essential for unlocking higher growth and improving the country's global and regional standing by addressing the institutional weakness and continuing the path of reform. Mexico can foster greater economic freedom and sustainable development in the years ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria and in this section of representation I will be discussing the country of Colombia. To begin, Colombia is classified as a moderately free economy according to the 2024 Heritage Foundation Index of Economic Freedom. The country received a score of 59.8 out of 100, ranking number 89 of 184 countries and number 14 out of 32 in the Americas region. This ranking reflects a mixed environment. On one hand, Colombia is open to foreign investment and has a relatively strong financial system. However, there are still major challenges such as bureaucracy, complex regulations, and security related issues in certain regions. Overall, economic freedom in Colombia does create business opportunities, but these structural limitations prevent the country from reaching its full economic potential. Next, corruption continues to be one of Colombia's biggest obstacles to development. According to the 2023 Corruption Perception Index, published by Transparency International, Colombia scored 40 out of 100 and ranked 87 out of 180 countries. This could reflect significant issues in areas such as public contracting, government procedures, and delays within the judicial system. High corruption levels reduce investor confidence, increase the cost of doing business, and slow down important public projects. While Colombia has made progress in transparency, corruption remains a major barrier to strong economic performance. Looking at Colombia's economy indicators, the country reported a GDP of $343.6 billion in 2023. Economic growth slowed to around 1.2% due to factors such as high inflation and weaker domestic demand. Inflation averaged 11.7%, which is high compared to other countries in the region. Unemployment remains a major challenge at 9.6%, making it one of the highest rates in Latin America. However, Colombia continues to attract significant foreign direct investment, about $17 billion in 2023, especially in sectors such as energy, mining, finance, and emerging technologies. In summary, Colombia has strong economic potential, but the structural challenge continue to limit faster and more sustainable growth. When analyzing the well-being of Colombian citizens, we see a combination of progress and persistent challenge. On the positive side, access to higher education has expanded. Large cities like Bogota and Medellin continue to innovate in technology and infrastructure, and social programs have helped reduce poverty levels. However, Colombia still struggles with high inequality and insecurities in certain regions, and a very high rate of labor informality, affecting about 58% of workers. This means millions of people lack job stability, benefits, or protections. Access to healthcare also varies significantly between urban and rural areas.